What's up, guys? Let's see. What's going on, everybody? Claudio, what's going on, everybody? We are going to be basically answering a bunch of questions today on virtually driving for dollars, talking about BatchDRIVEN app. Hopefully, you guys got some questions for me over the past week. Have you guys gotten some deals? Super excited to get this going. I hope everyone is still kicking ass on the 990 challenge. We got a great driving for dollar deal yesterday from my personal virtual assistant. So what I probably will do is I'll have my lead manager from our previous live come back on today. And well, he was just on the previous live. So I'm gonna have him come back on this live and talk about how that conversation went with the seller. Obviously, we'll talk about where we got it, the numbers behind the deal. So it'll be really cool. So if you guys have been using the BatchDRIVEN app, I would love to see if you could put it in the comment section here, how that's going. Have you gotten a deal? I know my man Justice a couple weeks ago got his first deal under contract. Would love to start getting some of your guys' story. So feel free, if you want to hop on this live with me and ask me some questions live, let's freaking do it. Just put your number here in the chat section, and I'll send you an invite link, and you can hop on the live with me, and you can ask me some questions. So in the meantime, we'll let some folks hop in here. It is Friday. Look forward to today. I feel like what is today? How many lives have we done in a row now? Is this like 12, 13? I don't know. It's been really cool. So I always look forward to doing these with you guys. I want to see who's found success with the BatchDRIVEN app. And if you're not door knocking and if you're not driving for dollars, I just want to get your story on why you haven't taken action on that yet. Because we got a really good deal yesterday, and I want to talk about it. And it's not an anomaly. It's not, we get a deal and it's like, oh my gosh, like, wow, good for you, right? That doesn't happen very often. But the thing is, it's happening multiple times a day for like so many people in this industry. So I would love, if you guys are struggling right now and you haven't gotten a deal, I would love to help answer any questions you got. And we will talk about that deal here in a second. I'm going to take an invite, and I'm first going to invite my lead manager who got the deal from a driving for dollar lead yesterday. We're going to talk about it, and then I'm going to have some of you guys come on. So as we get going, be sure to put some, ask me some questions, put it in the comment section, share this with some friends. If you got some people that are trying to get into real estate, they're like, I don't know if I want to get a real estate license. I don't know if I'm going to go list properties. Like, share this video with them. Because the coolest thing about knocking on doors, the coolest thing about freaking driving for dollars is it doesn't hardly cost anything. And you can do it anywhere. The virtual driving for dollar, like the deal that we got is from a VA in the Philippines. He's never been to Phoenix, right? I gave him some areas to drive for dollars, just like everyone in the 990 challenge. He has that same map. And, that he went about doing it that way. Obviously, it's a numbers game, right? He's probably added close to 1,000 properties now. But now we can really look at some metrics like, okay, well, he started RVA from the Philippines. That was virtually driving for dollars. He started with me about a month and a half ago. I think Facebook and YouTube. But it's taken him about a month and a half to get a property that is driving for dollar deal, but it's a really good one. So I want to talk about it. I'm gonna bring Don on. So in the meantime, guys, I'm going to answer some questions as he hops on. Let's see what's going on. Claudio, what's up, man? Terrence, what's up? Justice, my dude, what's going on, man? How many deals you got? You got like 7, 8, 10 deals now? What's up? Perfect day to virtually drive for dollars since it's snowing a foot. Oh my God, dude. Like, I have my window open here in my office. It's like sunshine. I don't even know. Like, it's been getting cold at night. Like, cold in Phoenix is like 55 degrees. But I think today the forecast is probably in the 70s or 80s. I could not imagine. Yeah, 77 right now. I could not imagine a freaking foot of snow. No way. Goodness gracious. But hey, I heard Boston is beautiful. Never been. But The snow would be a deal killer for me for sure. How many days are you for 990? So I'm about 21 days. Well, no. I started the 1st of October. Jesus, I'm so far behind. 29 days. I kind of started adding a few things in. And I'd like to get your guys' take too. I started adding a few things in to like the workout regimen and stuff. So just to make it a like 45-minute workout inside and outside. So I like making things my own too. So I just started adding a few things in there to make it like really push me to work out a little bit more. So yeah, 990 has been really cool. We have 3 leads so far from the list that we've been sent. Guys, I want to make sure that, and I want to encourage you to send your leads over, because we're going to skip trace them, we're going to call them, we're going to text them. Like, we're going to pay for all those things. Only thing you have to do is take some time and add them to a list. But every single week, I think I've sent out the 990 challenge folder to, gosh, a little over 300 people. And you know how many lists I get back every week? Like maybe 10 or 11. So if you're a part of the 990 challenge, I lie. Last week it was 14. But if you're a part of the 990 challenge, just like, we'd be happy to skip trace your data and text them and call them. But if you don't want to do that, hey, no problem. But I definitely want to encourage you guys, if you're a part of 990, you haven't gotten a deal yet, we'll at least cover those costs and do that for you. And again, we're splitting the deal with you. So be happy to help. We've gotten 3 leads so far. I've reached out to the folks that we have leads on. Everyone else, if you want to update on your data, be happy to. We've been running a little bit behind schedule, so we'll get the data in on Friday, and the list will still trickle in on Saturday and Sunday. And by the time we get it into batch, we get it skip trace, and we start a campaign, it's actually around Tuesday. So when I come to update you guys, it's only been about 3 days marketing to your list from the previous week. But yeah, we have about 3 good leads so far. Of course, like, one of the greatest things we're going to do is celebrate when we get a contract from one of these leads, because it all goes to the giveaway pot. So we're going to keep pressing on. I personally have one of my own virtual assistants working your guys' list, like by herself. She's going through the text campaigns, and also have an admin VA making sure we get the list in, we get them skip trace, and we're marketing to them. And of course, we have our cold calling team that is cold calling them as well. So it creates a really, really, really cool thing, and I'm excited to see how many leads we can get from it. And if you guys, if you're in the 990 challenge, there is a, what's up, Don? Yo.
Hey, I'm back.
He's back again. He's back again. But if you're a part of 990 challenge, we have a web form there too. So if you already called some of these leads and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, I'm afraid I'm gonna blow this thing up, I need some help with acquisition, just put your leads there on the web form, and we'll be happy to call them for you, record the call so you guys can see how that goes. What's up? You missed the VA Hub live. Oh my, it's all good, dude. You can just go to VA Hub YouTube channel, and you can watch that back. We had this beautiful man Don here with us this morning, and I think it was a really good call, so I was excited about it, and I'm excited about this one obviously too. Claudio, do you tag LLC owned absentee owners properties to try to wholesale? I would imagine those investors will. I put them because you'd be surprised. There's so many people that are just savvy because of like their CPA have told them to do things, that they have a bunch of it like individual LLCs. So if like a property's on Main Street, then maybe it would be like Main Street Properties LLC. Or if the property is on, Orange Avenue, it would be Orange Avenue Property, or like whatever. And sometimes like some of our dream clients, some of the people that we reach out to with cold calling, they have multiple properties. So it's not their first rodeo, but they just value convenience and the fact that we'll buy it as is over, some agent trying to pitch them on listing their portfolio. So, yeah, I definitely still add them in. So, guys, Don, the reason why you're here and the reason why I wanted you to be on is I wanted to talk about the deal that we got signed yesterday. Okay.
Oh, yeah, let me just try to gather the data real quick.
Right. So, I mean, as far as for our audience that is watching, this is the BatchDRIVEN Live. So the folks that are here, we're all using Batch Driven. I mean, I use it every single day. And I was telling folks that, of course, we have a virtual assistant on our personal team that is in the Philippines. His name's Sari. He's got a great voice.
Very,
But
very,
yes, very good voice. He
yeah.
is in the Philippines, and all he does every day is virtually
Drive for
drive for
dollars.
dollars.
Yeah.
Yes. So he uses Batch Driven, and I gave him the areas to go through, and he adds properties every day. He hasn't gotten a deal yet until yesterday. So it was a perfect windfall of events. And I would like for you to tell the story of that lead. Like, why in the world were like? I mean, they signed pretty quickly. Like,
Yeah.
what was going on with that?
Okay. So just to give you like a short story on what actually happened there, because um, this property was inherited to him. By the way, his name is
Yeah,
Jesus.
Jesus. Yep.
Jesus, yeah. So technically, when I actually tried to reach back to him, it was like, of course, at first, we introduced myself, what we do, how we do things, explain the process and everything, and gathered more information about what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the thing here is, they actually have like a different house, but this inherited property is kind of like um uh what I'm looking for the perfect term, but
I
instead
mean,
of
it.
them like keeping it, they would like to liquidate it instead for them to be able to have extra cash. Because when I actually talk to them, it's like I'm not sure if it's a burden to them, but they're not really using the property. So some of their relatives are like uh, going in there, living in the property, and not taking care of the property.
Mm-hmm.
So what he's doing is he keeps on maintaining it, right? So technically, he actually came to a point that you know, uh, Vil, our VA, Matt,
Mm-hmm.
he actually able to reach into to Jesse or to Jesus, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they got them, interested in selling the property.
Right. So it
So
was just like we, you basically caught this person at the right time. They have a property,
right,
right?
hmm
That Bill or Sari found while he was, using Google Maps. Like, okay, this property looks pretty bad. It's an ugly
pretty
house.
bad.
What you guys? So for the guys that are watching, our process is very similar to what you're doing every week. I have our virtual assistant who's just driving for dollars. They take that whole week and they just add properties to their folder. And at the end of the week, I take that folder, I put it in batch leads, we skip trace it, and then we start calling and texting it.
Correct.
And we have Sari call the people that he's adding to his list, so he gets an opportunity to make commission. So he called this particular person, and it sounds like we called him at the right time. They have relatives that did just go
Go there. Yep.
private. Property's probably deteriorating. They don't have the money to keep up with it, and they could probably use the cash right now to do something else they need to take care of in their life. Am I right?
Correct. That's correct. Because they actually just recently paid the property tax,
Mm-hmm.
and they just replaced the water heater and some cosmetics on the property. Because I'm not sure. I mean, I think Jesus is a really good guy. But however, of course, I'm not sure. Being good is really something, but of course, that's not all the it's not all the case, right? He
Mm-hmm.
has a family to feed, he has property to maintain, and
Right. He's got a big heart,
right,
but
yeah,
at the same time, the big heart doesn't put food on the table. You
exactly,
know. So
exactly.
I think it gets to a point where you kind of get fed up. So, a lot of times, guys, in batch driven, the actual Google map view is a little bit more dated than the satellite. So when you're driving down the street and this property was in bad condition in 2018, and you can see the owner has owned the property since like 2000, there's a good chance that it's probably still in bad condition. And what it sounds like is, over the last couple of years, it's just been chipping away to the point where it's just like, man. And I know in Phoenix, we're not the only person that called this guy, right? We're not the only people trying to buy this property, but it's all about timing, right? And it just seems like a couple years have gone by to where he's like, you know what? I'm just tired of it.
Correct. It's really, time is of the essence, and
Mhm.
we got the perfect timing. At the same time, we were able to build the trust, and we got it rolling.
Beautiful. I love that. So you get Jesus on the phone, and Jesus
Mhm.
is like, listen, the property, he was honest with you, right? He was just like,
He was.
he's like, hey, listen, the property is not in great condition.
Correct.
How did that conversation go?
Okay. So at first, I was like trying to verify some information and
Mm-hmm.
just trying to gather more details about the property. And after that one, you know, I actually asked him, you know what? This is how we do, and this is how we works. I just want to
Mm-hmm.
know if what are the recent updates that you actually did on your property. Then, of course, he told me a little story, blah blah blah, and of course, okay, all right. So, if we are to put money on the property, like how much do you think? Or okay, well, let's not talk numbers, but what are the things that needs to be done? That's what I told her. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, well, you know what? There's really no updates in the kitchen. um there's no updates in the bath. So what I'm trying to do is, I'm just trying to maintain it just for the property to be livable. And my relatives are like, you know just crashing in, um using it. And well, he's I think, yeah, just like what you said, he just has like a big heart. So of
Mm-hmm.
course, family's family, but however, you know he also has a family to feed.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to, to move on and probably to get something out of it, well, he actually thought of selling the property. And at first he was like, he doesn't know the market value and all that. But we are here to educate him on what are the prices going for fix up, and what
Mm-hmm.
are the properties that are being sold in the area in a mile radius. So so there he actually thought about it. And also, good thing there is the wife, man. The wife is there. They were like
Yes.
having conversation. It was like, hey, you know what, I'm talking to this guy, his name is Don. He's like, he's really interested in the property. He said he actually drive by, and he got the information from the person I talked to, Vil.
Mm-hmm.
So they are interested. And he said that, um, will he we will make the process so easy and convenient for them, so that they don't need to do a lot of adjustments and everything. And there, I actually emphasize all the benefits that we're providing them. And I think that's where we got their trust. We told them
Right. Well,
that.
I think what you
Mhm.
did was you had very important, had all the decision makers present, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Because if you start talking numbers with anyone who has a spouse, you're going to
Right.
want to talk to them before they sign anything,
Exactly.
right? So
Exactly.
it's good to have them there because we don't talk numbers until we know someone's ready to sign.
Right. Hmm.
So you were able to do that, and again, when we for the guys that are watching, we're making these like lead managing calls and we're trying to dig a little bit deeper. It's more like a consultation, right?
Correct.
We're
Correct.
not we take the pressure of selling off, right? Because typically
Hmm.
this business we know that we're getting the contract on the follow up. And if you keep that in your mind, that it takes the pressure of like feeling like you have to close the deal right then and there, because 9 times out of 10 you don't close the deal on that first call. So when you're talking to them and it's a consultation, you're educating them on the process and what that actually looks like. I think that probably got them to open up too. There was like, okay, I feel like I can trust this guy.
Correct. Yeah, I think that's the most important thing. When we do
Hmm.
things, we try to be as blunt as possible, as clear
Hmm.
as possible, and we need to be transparent on how we do things.
Right.
Because once they actually felt that you guys are really sincere
Hmm.
and you know what you're talking about, and the details that I was trying to verify them is pretty much 100% correct.
Hmm.
So that's what to get them to. Oh, these guys are for reals. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yep.
and
And we don't. And again, you built that trust. Like for you guys, like Don did this all by himself. I did not do this. Don made the call. Don built the rapport because Don knows what he's talking about, and he got the trust of the seller, over the call to be like, okay, well, we're ready to do something. And again, it's a couple things. It's consistently doing these driving for dollars, adding properties, but catching people at the right time. So I know this property is probably on everybody's list somewhere, some way, right?
right,
It's an absentee owned property. It's high equity. So it's
correct,
on someone's high equity absentee list. But the reason, that we're getting this deal, so we got them at the right time, but the driving for dollars allowed us to niche down that list and find
correct,
the properties that really need some work and could be great opportunities, and just reach out to those people. So very, very powerful. You got him on the call. You built some trust with them, and he's like, "I'm ready to move forward." Is that how that went?
yeah. Once I actually have built the trust and we identify what the need is,
Hmm.
then actually asked them like, when you guys need it. At first, I actually told them like, you know what, we really don't like talking about numbers, but we're here to help. So that's what to get them to get go,
Hmm.
and that's it pretty went smooth when all of us were there.
Hmm.
Jesus, Carmen, the wife. It was like, all right, they're discussing it's like in front of me, like, uh, okay, so what do you think? Yeah,
You're like on
like,
the phone. You're on the
yeah.
phone, and they're like, so honey, what do you think? You think we should do this?" Don's like, "Yes, please, come on. You guys
Yes,
should
come on.
do it."
Yeah, I was like giving them like the motivation, like, come on, let's go, come on,
We can do it. We can
we
do
can do this.
it. You can do it.
Yeah, water boy.
Yeah, I love it, man.
Yeah,
So, and then right then and there, it was crazy because again, like most of the time, we don't get the contract on that first call. We'll get them to the point where like they're ready to make a decision, and then we'll
correct,
call them. We'll call them back in like one more day as they think about what they'd actually accept for the property, and then we'll move forward. But you were able to do it basically all at once because this person was motivated, right?
correct.
You you can't say the wrong thing to the right person,
Correct.
especially after you built rapport and you built trust. So
That's correct.
you did that. Obviously, this property needs a ton of work, right? We
Right.
know that.
We know that.
It, the big value add here is its location. The fact that all we need to do is basically add a bath,
Beth,
like one extra, like even like a bathroom with just a shower and a toilet.
0.5. Yeah.
Um, yeah, and it could be a huge, huge, huge deal. So it's about a $50,000 wholesale deal. So it's incredible what you can do, and especially if you guys are trying to keep your marketing costs down. And just talking to people, human being to human being, what you can accomplish. Like that's life changing money right there. Like that
Correct.
is that is that is crazy. So, um, good job, Don, man. Good job, freaking getting them on the phone, not waiting because typically we wait like 24 hours before you make that call, but you're like, nope,
Yeah.
call them right
Yeah.
now.
Usually,
So,
what our process is like. At first, we will just do a touch base, and then after 24 to 48 hours, once we did our homework, that's the time that
mhm.
we would like to. put them on, on contract. But however, we actually got them at the perfect time, and all the people who are, who's gonna make sense on putting decisions are
Mhm.
there, right?
Right.
So
And
um,
we're gonna give time to his relatives so they can find another
yes,
place.
correct,
Of course, we close on their timeline, and we try to help out in every way we can. So
correct,
it's not just what you can pay for a property; it's how you can help the prospect. And of course,
correct.
you if you can help them and you can solve the problems, you're going to get to a point where you're good at a price for yourself,
Hmm.
and they're good because they're basically exchanging equity. They're exchanging some of the money they have in the property for
It's true.
convenience and like whatever ease of whatever other problem that we're helping them with.
That's
So
right.
that's what we do.
That's what we do. Yeah.
So Facebook user says, I live in a rural area. Can creative financing work in this type of area so I can expand to better markets? If you're in a rural area, why don't you virtually drive for dollars? You can do it anywhere. I would probably stick to, urban areas that is, hot real estate markets. So Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Phoenix, um, Las Vegas. Like you can pick any of those. I mean, the list goes on. There's freaking 50 states here, and people live in every one of them. And there's a good market in every state, or multiple markets in every state. So I would recommend virtually driving for dollars and then calling them and get some deals. As far as creative financing is concerned, I guess it would depend on what your exit strategy is. What are you hoping to do? Are you hoping to make a bunch of money? Are you hoping to get some liquid capital in your business so you can grow? Or are you hoping to acquire rental properties? Are you hoping to build a portfolio? Like, what does that look like? That would help me give you a better answer on that one for sure. Justice, do you have another job? We're doing this 100%. I'm pretty sure he's 100%. I think he put it here. Yeah, full time, Craig. Um, Naomi says, do you recommend calling the seller from outside their house when you're door knocking? Yeah, absolutely. Because I would tell them like, hey, I'm
We're
actually
here.
out. I'm outside your property. I tried knocking on the door, but I figured you guys are probably busy. Well, whatever. If it's a foreclosure, you can start talking about that. If it's just a driving for dollars, you can, bring up the property and start talking about that. I've done that in the past where I'll actually take a picture of the property and text it to the person and then say, do you have a quick moment? And then I'll give them a call, right? And say, hey, this is Matt. I just shot you a text. I'm actually out front of the house here because most people think you're lying. It's like,
Yeah.
no, dude, I'm outside of your house. So, like, I can see here that the front windows are broken. It looks like somebody's like squatting inside your house. Are you aware of this? Right? So yeah, I definitely would recommend doing that. Locked up my second deal last week, bro. Bro, let's go, Justice. It's
Wow.
crazy the
Congrats.
momentum you can be. But yes, a couple months of consistency will put you way ahead. Now, what's important is to not stop doing what you're doing. Like I know
Correct.
you're not. You're a go getter, and you're door knocking, and you're making stuff happen, and that's how you get your business off the ground. But now that you got the ball rolling, because it takes a while. It takes like a month of just getting rejection. Especially if you're doing it every single day, it takes a month of just like going after it, attacking and attacking and attacking it every single day. But that ball starts rolling, and it's like a snowball effect. So, just keep going, man. And a lot of folks they'll ask me, it's like, Matt, why don't I have a deal yet? Well, it's like, well, week. So I don't know, you got to inspect what you expect. And it always comes down to what is your expectations and are you taking the action to make that expectation? So if you want to get a deal or you're trying to get your business to be more consistent, so a consistent monthly income, it takes a lot of action in the beginning. It really does. It takes a lot. But once you get a couple deals going, it's all that action that took you to get deal number 1 and 2. All of a sudden that same action gets you deal number 3, deal number 4, and then as you continually prospect, you're building out a pipeline to get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on and so on and so on. And it's definitely life changing. So great work, Justice. Great job, man. I would love to door knock. I just don't know what to say. Facebook user, I don't know your name, but if you want to shoot, I'm sure everyone in here probably has a script. But if you're not a part of the 990 challenge, shoot me an email, mattbeard@vahub.com. I will get you into the 990 challenge. I have all the door knocking scripts in there. And, just read the scripts, see how the conversation flows, and then just go up to the door, right? Your heart's going to be pounding out of your chest. You're going to be nervous as hell. Your palms are going to be sweating. You're going to be like Eminem,
Yeah.
right?
Palm sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy.
Yeah.
The mommy's no sweater ready. Mom spaghetti.
Dang, Don knows all the lyrics, guys. Um, but yeah, that's what you're going to be like.
For sure.
You're going to, it's going to be tough. It's going to take some courage for sure. But you get so good at talking to sellers by getting those repetitions, because that's all it is. Like a lot of people start this business and they do acquisitions for someone who is, at a high level of their business, doing a lot of deals, or they're out door knocking. This was my thing. I was door knocking, and by talking to a bunch of sellers and going on a bunch of crappy appointments, I got a bunch of repetitions in, and then you get good, right? You start
Right,
getting
right.
confidence in yourself. And the same thing
Correct.
for Don, same thing for my lead managing team, same thing
Yes.
for anyone, cold callers, whatever. It's all about repetitions. So
Correct.
you just got to be willing to just do it, have trust that you can apply the knowledge that you get, and
Right.
then you're probably not going to apply it the first couple times or
Correct.
10, 15, 20 times.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
just want to add up to that one, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you know, um Facebook user, whoever you are, if ever Matt Beard was able to send you like the script, right? What I want to uh you to do is to feel the script, right? Because it's different from you're reading it and the way you deliver it. Okay, so your script is just your guide, all right, and definitely once you put it in your heart, you know what to say. At least Matt would give you like the idea on what are the things that needs to be done, what are the things that needs to be asked. Don't ask unnecessary questions because that might f you up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, don't be so wordy. Just try to be as keep it short and simple. At the same time, uh, the reason why I'm telling you this, it's because when when you face the lead or the seller, you might be like doing a lot of dead airs because
Mm-hmm.
you're not feeling what you want to say and what you want to um what your audience wants to hear from you. Okay,
Right. Well,
so
what happens, Don, is
mhm,
like, I think when you get going and you're thinking back to that script, you stop listening,
correct.
because whenever you start thinking about what's the next thing I'm going to say, you're
Yes,
not
yes,
listening what the prospect is saying to you.
right.
So what I tell you guys and everyone, like, this naturally, is the number one thing that it changed everything for me, was when my mentor told me, like, the only thing you need to do is be yourself, right?
Correct. Yes.
Talk to the prospect by being yourself. Like,
Mhm,
at the end of the day, even though this isn't technically sales, negotiations, whatever,
right.
the prospect is being sold on you. Like, you're the product, you're the person.
Mhm,
And if they're going to sell the property, they're sold on you. They built trust with you that you are the person that is going to help them accomplish X, Y, and Z. So
correct.
when you take out the pressure of trying to be perfect and know the right words to say, like, sometimes fumbling your words and being like a normal ass human being is the best thing you can do,
That's right.
because, again, you you are the thing buying it. But so, be confident in what you say, even if you don't know what you're talking about. Like, sometimes it's so disarming just to be like, listen, to be completely transparent and honest with you, I don't know the answer to your question, but I'll help you find out. Right? That's
Yes,
okay.
definitely.
That's
Yeah.
okay. So that's what I would say. You don't know what to
Right.
say, just start by, there is no perfect conversation. Just start by being yourself and having
Yes.
some conversations.
Actually, one more thing, guys. That Facebook user, what Matt actually taught us is like just if ever you're um trying to grasp some words, right? Just try to make a story about yourself
Mhm.
on just like you're trying to present yourself, so you're trying to connect with the lead, right?
Mhm.
So with regards to that, they would actually see that you're pretty sincere on what you're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're actually trying to agree on whatever the lead is actually saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's gonna happen there is there's actually connection, right? And once you got the connection, bro,
Bro, let's
I
go.
would like, okay, let's talk about business,
Yeah, exactly. Like
right?
a lot, like I mean, everybody's different. Every appointment's different, guys. Every time we
Correct.
talk to a prospect, different. Sometimes it depends on your audience. It depends on the person you're talking to. Do you have like an analytical person? Do you have a driver? Do you have someone who wants to take control of the conversation? Give them control. Let them feel like they're in control.
Correct.
Everybody's a little bit different. Some people you can set the tone and they want to be led, and some people want to lead you. But either way, it's all about picking up on social cues and being able to communicate with people, and you do that just by
That's
talking
right.
to them. So
Correct.
that would be my thing, man. Good job, Justice, bro. Like 1 year's worth of pay in one deal. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Wow.
JD says, "What's happening with the deals? You guys were gonna text and call. Yeah, you guys are sending us a list every week, and we're texting and calling them. We have 3 leads so far that seem to be pretty decent. Those folks that have those leads, I've already reached out to and say, hey, we do have a lead here. We'll let you know what happens with it. Everyone else, just it's just going to take consistency. It's definitely a numbers game. Like I said, Sari, who was on our team, our virtual assistant, is taking them about a month and a half of consistently doing it every week to get that deal. But it's a really big one and it's a really good one. So sometimes people get a deal in a week. Sometimes it takes a month. But I would just say be consistent. We're going to work our asses off to go through the text, to go through the calls, to maximize every single property that is sent over that we're skip tracing and then texting and calling, and we'll keep you guys in the loop. So let me know whatever you need. I'm here to help for sure. And if you have leads that you've already talked to, maybe did a one-off skip trace and they said, I might sell, and you're afraid of blowing up the deal, be sure to go to the 990 challenge folder, click on the web form, you'll get the link, and just you can input their information there. We'll call them and text them for you. Of course, we will record the call for that purpose. Grace Ann, what's going on? Good to see you back again. What's up? Facebook.
Facebook user.
I'm sorry. I wish I had your name. What's going on, Ira? Joshua says, hey, Matt, sent you an email last week about the VA course. Any update on that? No update on that yet, Joshua. We're finishing it up this week with our copywriter, so we should have things prepared. Like I was saying, I keep wanting to add things to it, but I think we have a finalized product. It will be launching on Black Friday. Yeah, so guys, if you do anything in Orlando, Justice is awesome. Justice has actually reached out to a few of our leads, and Justice, I actually got to talk to you today. I got one more I want you to go talk to. So he just freaking pounds the payment and is just hungry. So be like Justice, you got to be hungry.
Yes, sir.
D Thomas says, how do I virtually drive for dollars? So D, we have recorded this on a few occasions on virtually driving for dollars. If you're still unfamiliar with it, it's in our 990 challenge folder. So if you're not a part, send me an email. It's Matt Beard, MattBeard at vahub.com, and I'll be sure to get you access to that folder. What is virtually driving for dollars? So virtually driving for dollars no different than physically driving for dollars. When you drive for dollars, it's just a catchy term for looking for ugly properties. We're looking for properties that have deferred maintenance, that have roof issues, broken windows, landscaping, trash everywhere, broke down cars in the driveway, trash cans out front, looks vacant, blinds are open and there's nothing inside the house. Just like you can tell, it's the eyesore of the neighborhood. We add those properties to a folder or a list, and we call that activity of doing those things driving for dollars. And it doesn't cost you anything to do that, to add them to a list. Of course, it costs when you skip trace it. But you're building a really niche list. So when you virtually drive for dollars, you're just doing it from your computer. And again, if you don't know how to do that, it's in our 990 challenge folder. I'll be happy to share that with you guys so you can see how we virtually drive for dollars using the BatchDRIVEN app to use Google Map View to look for ugly properties. I was virtually there, but I am in Phoenix. Yes.
All right.
Do you wear an I buy houses shirt when door knocking? Yeah. That's what I do. I wear a mask. I wear sunglasses and a bright yellow shirt with black lettering. I buy houses.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. No. 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 Just
Hey, Matt. I just remember what Mallory sent you, like the shirt.
Oh yes, dude. Yeah, the freaking the nightgown. Yeah,
this this is
that's
hilarious, man.
that's what I wear. I'm sure if you guys have, if you guys have gotten a text over the last couple of days, my wife thought it was funny to send me that. I guess it's for sale somewhere where it's like a men nightgown thing and it's like
Yeah.
a prank or something. I don't know. I told my wife, never would I ever wear that. Hey, but if you wear it door knocking, you're gonna get a nice breeze. Catch a nice breeze. Let's
Yes,
see.
sir.
Oh my gosh, Alex. So the 990 challenge, the 990 is 9 action items that Pace put together for 90 days. So a couple of those things are working out outside for 45 minutes. Basically, it's the 75 hard program, if you're familiar with that, but more relatable to real estate. And getting, like, a lot of folks ask, like, how do I get my first deal? Or what's the best way to get deals on a budget? Like, this is the purpose of the 990 challenge, to drive for dollars, to door knock, to get your first deal.
Yes, sir.
Would you add a house that was purchased in 2020? So Naomi, if you're doing it virtually, I would just double check when the photo was taken. I probably wouldn't add it. But if you're doing it physically and you're out in front of a property that looks like hell and they bought it in, February, or they bought it in March, I would still add it because it could be a subject too. William says, can we still join? Definitely, William. Just shoot me an email. I'll put it here. It's
Yes, sir.
mattbeard@vahub.com.
.com.
Brooke, what's going on? Good to see you. Happy Friday. Lamar, what's up, man? Let's see. Siona says, I have my list in Utah, though. I've already skip traced it and have it in my batch. That's what I'm talking about. Good stuff. Hope you're able to get some leads. If you need help closing them, please let us know. We'll be happy to. Or if you just need some advice, just reach out. We're happy to help.
Yes, sir.
Olaf from Dallas, Matt. So far, so good. I sent you 40 properties and 2 portfolio forms. Love it. I know one of them, it was like some land. So I gave it to the team, and I'll let you know what we're able to produce from those things. Hey, everyone, we're just talking about our virtual driving for dollar deal that we got yesterday. It was from one of our VAs in the Philippines, dedicated to just virtually driving for dollars. He got a deal, and the assignment fee will probably be in the neighborhood of about $50,000. So, good deal. That's why we believe in it, because we know it works. We see it work. So that's what we're just trying to share with you guys. How do you virtually drive for dollars, Michael? Just shoot me an email, mattbeard@vahub.com. I'll get you into the 990 challenge folder. If a seller says call back in 3 months, do I follow that timeline? What do you think, Don?
Well, to be honest, what we do is we half it. So if he said like 3 months, so we call him like a month and a half.
Right.
Yeah.
Or maybe in 1 month.
Or in 1 month, because what we're trying to do is, hey, hi, seller, we're just here that we're just touching base, and we just want to know how you guys doing, and we just want to make sure that we're not missing anything. I just want to know if you have any changes or anything that needs to be done.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just touching base. And you guys, our lead managers are relentless. And if you're doing your personal follow-ups, you got to be relentless too, because when someone says 3 months, that's typically not even a real timeline. They're just
yeah,
basically
that's for sure.
saying like, I just don't want to make a decision today, right?
That's right.
Because they have other things that, maybe it's taking up their mental space. They got a lot of stuff on their plate.
Correct.
That's all right. You don't have to make a decision today, but I'm not waiting 3 months to call you back. Hell no. No
Correct.
way.
Yeah,
No way.
we might be losing a deal if that's the case.
So is it okay to address the pre-foreclosure on the phone? Absolutely. Absolutely. I
Yep.
would just say, listen, hey, I'm outside of your house. I know you're getting a lot of people trying to call you, text you. You probably even have strangers like myself show up to your door a bunch, huh? Yeah, people call me all the time. I don't know why they want to come. My house is fine. It's like, gotcha. Well, let me tell you, you probably already know this, but it shows that your property's in, that's in pre-foreclosure. What options have you looked at? No, I'm not in foreclosure. What are you talking about? Whatever. It's like, got you. Okay, I understand. Well, let me show you this. And sometimes I'll take a screenshot if I'm in front of them. I'll show them a picture. I'm like, this is what the public records show. So this is why you got so many people coming to your house. Like, why do you think that is? Do you think this is a mistake?
That's
Right?
right.
And then it's always us versus them. And we'll at least get them open up to having a conversation.
Yes.
So a lot of people will be closed off in the beginning. I'll set an appointment just from people who think that they're not even really in foreclosure.
Right.
So they're like, no, I'm not in foreclosure. I'm like, listen, if you are or not, like we should get to the bottom of this. Like, when can I stop back by and maybe we can sit down,
Right.
right? And by the time I sit down, they're like, hey, so I am actually in foreclosure,
Right. Right.
right?
Right.
So, but again, I've built their trust up by that point.
Correct.
So yeah, absolutely, you can talk about it. There's nothing wrong with that. Um, Don is a beast. I know. I
We're
know.
well, learn from the best.
Nah, dude, Don is an animal. Um, Robin says, "I'll take that. Even half a year, that would be okay." I'm with you, Robin. I'm with you. Why does it happen that the house right in front of you can't be loaded? No pin. Grr. I'm not sure. Is that for virtual? I do that. I run into that sometimes, honestly, in the app. If I've been going down some streets, then all of a sudden I like get in front of an ugly one and I click the pin, and it's like no results found, or there's no pin to be clicked. Sometimes I'll back out and then hop back into the map, and it will
Right.
allow me to add the information. What's in like this app, BatchDRIVEN? You got to think about all the data points that are moving all at once, right? Because when
Correct.
you're on the map, it's not just the Google Street View with the picture, but it's also all the data that has to be updated every single time that you move an inch on the street.
Correct. That's
So
right.
it takes up a lot of data. So I would just say if you're having some issues with it not being loaded, maybe hop back out and hop in, and it should pop up. And if it still doesn't, I recommend putting those properties on a spreadsheet and then just
Let
adding
us
them to
know.
batch leads. Yeah. So yeah, guys, if you don't know what virtual driving for dollars is, if you've never done driving for dollars, even physically, not virtually, but in person, however you do it, just send me an email at mattbeard@vahub.com. I'll get you into our 990 challenge folder. It has our door knocking scripts. It has my cold calling scripts, my texting scripts. I had recorded like 5 or 6 videos going over the app, how to use it, and how to send us lists too at the end of the week. But yeah, it should be super helpful for those of you guys who aren't doing it yet and you're trying to get your first deal. Highly, 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 highly recommend doing virtual driving for dollars. JD, you got it, man. I help you quite anything. Please reach out. We'll be happy to help. Do you use BatchDRIVEN and PropStream? So I use PropStream for about a year now, and I mainly used it for virtual markets. And in the virtual markets, like to get like the tax record information, the
Info.
parcel number,
Yeah.
the legal description, all that stuff. But honestly, I have the map feature in Batch Leads now, and I'm not just plugging Batch because like, hey, I live
We're
in
using it.
Phoenix,
Right.
but we actually use it. Like Don, we actually use it. Like all of our data, that's our central hub for everything that we do. So there's a map feature in Batch Leads to where you can pull all that information, and it's saving me about $130 a month. Instead of using PropStream, I can just use the map feature in the property feature in Batch Leads, and it will pull up all that same information that I need for the tax records. And the reason why I need that stuff is because when I write a contract, I have to have the parcel number, legal description, all that stuff. And so now Batch Leads has all that in that one platform, so I don't need to go have a separate subscription. So if I would say not batch driven and PropStream, but I would definitely say batch driven and Batch Leads. If you plan on sending your own like text blast, and then as you keep adding more data to your database, you want to make sure it's organized. You want to make sure you're not skip tracing the same stuff over and over and over and over. Be sure to get Batch Leads, because when you add properties in, if you already have it, it just won't upload it, so you can't skip it again. You got it, Naomi. Happy to help. Person says, hey, Matt, this live chat is every Friday. Yes, every Friday, 10:30. Give me a little leniency because I'm hopping off the other live. So typically we start by 10:35, 10:40, but it is every single Friday. I don't want to jinx myself, but we've done the VA one like 20, 21 weeks in a row now,
Right.
knock on wood, and I think we were like on week 12 or 13 to this one. So I love doing it. I look forward to Fridays. Like I set time aside knowing that Friday is the day we do this.
Yes,
It's a ton of fun. Like I'm excited. I love getting on here. Like to talk about real estate. Come on. Like I can't talk about this with my wife. I can't talk about this with too many people other than like my business partners and stuff like that. Like this is fun, you guys. I love sharing this with you. Like, you know, it's just like you guys are here and we're like riding around in the car talking about real estate. It's a ton of fun.
Yeah. If you have any questions or anything about real estate, man, this guy knows everything.
All right, man. All right. I'm about to kick you. Oh my gosh. Also, look down. Sometimes years of ownership show longer. Yeah. So yeah, I would just before you add a property to your folder, just double check everything's right. I'll look at the photos, look to see when that photo was taken, how long have they owned it. If it was bought in 2020, Naomi, I would just double check that it wasn't a deed or title transfer, that it was actually a sale. And sometimes I do that just by clicking on the Zillow link and going to Zillow to see if there's actually transaction details. And if there's not, then it's a chance that it was like inherited, or someone gave it to their spouse if they got divorced, or maybe to an intra-family member after someone passed away, probate, whatever. That's also a really good chance. So I would just double check that before just saying, oh no, it was bought in 2020. The photo was taken in 2018. Someone's already made this property look nice. I would just double check to make sure that it was indeed an actual transaction, because if it was just a deed transfer, like that property is probably still crappy.
Correct.
Hey, I just joined. Can you send me know what's the 990 Challenger? What I got to join. Brian, so only thing you have to do, man, is send me an email, mattbeard@vahub.com. This one right here. If you send me an email, I will add you in to the folder, and I go over everything in regards to the 990 Challenge and using the BatchDRIVEN app. To sign up and get started with the 990 Challenge, you go to batchdriven.com/990. It's a week free trial, and you get 50 free skip traces. So if you want to do your own one-off skip tracing on a few of these, like you get 50 free skip traces. So you might as well get some phone numbers. You can call them right there on your phone. It's a great opportunity for sure.
That's right.
Probates, yeah. Probates are, I'm pretty sure it's probates.
Okay. I thought I was like reading it wrong. Like, this is a new thing?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was like pronates.
Probates?
But yeah, probates are a great opportunity. You know, and you're going to find some of those. I mean, hell, the deal that we have, it was an inherited property. So I don't know if it went through probate, but either way, the guy did get the property via inheritance. So you're going to run into quite a few of those. They're really, really cool. So Don, this lead for everyone watching, and I want you guys to take this with you as you head into this new week, heading into the weekend. Like, if you can spend 2 hours, even if you have 2 hours, if you have 1 hour, 1 hour of dedicated driving for dollars every single day, you're going to build a really, really, really good niche list that's going to put you in a position to find a deal like Sari did,
That's
right?
right.
To where
Definitely.
you're going to catch somebody at the right time. It's not if, guys. It's definitely not if. Like this happens every single day.
This is facts.
Yes,
That's for sure.
this is factual stuff. And if you're
Mhm.
wondering like why isn't this happening for me? Why haven't I gotten a deal yet? Guys, consistency,
Is
timing,
the key.
everything. So if you're consistently doing this thing, I would say surround yourself with people doing the business. Surround yourself with
Correct.
people that are doing this every single day. Like this isn't their part-time gig. Surround yourself with people that are making money in this business. Learn
Learn
from
from it.
them. Yeah,
Yes.
learn from them. Be around them. See how they're doing their deal. Even
Correct.
if it costs you, right? In the beginning, I JV'd probably my first 30 to 40 deals. And I learned so much during that process that has allowed me to have my own business, right?
Correct.
But technically, it didn't cost me anything. I was still getting half of deals that I probably wouldn't have gotten without the help of other people showing me the ropes. So,
Correct.
I think if you're still in this, you haven't gotten a deal, and you're taking action, surround yourself with other people who are willing to show you the ropes, who are willing to give you the tips and tricks.
Squad
Um,
up.
yeah, squat up, man. Squat up.
Yeah, there
That's
you
the
go.
point. And I mean, there's no way you don't get a deal. And I mean, you're gonna run across people like we have just yesterday, and it's life changing money. It's gonna change
Correct.
everything for you, but
Yeah,
it takes consistency and put yourself in a position to win by surrounding yourself with people who are doing this every day, who can help
that's right.
you get a deal,
Correct.
right?
Yep.
Because it's a paradigm shift when you get your deal. It changes everything for you. You say like, oh my gosh, this is possible for me. But then you see like all the action, all the skills you acquire getting that deal, right, is going to catapult you to not just deal two, three, four, but five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, and so on. So I would just say continue taking
Consistency.
action, guys. Don't get discouraged when you still haven't gotten a deal. Don't get
Definitely.
discouraged. You're like, man, I've been driving for dollars. I don't know why I don't have one yet.
Right.
Listen, it's gonna happen. It's gotta happen, right? We're here. Like
Believe it. Believe it.
you have an amazing support. Like I'm here. I don't get paid anything off of closing any of these 990 challenge leads. $0, right? Pace doesn't get paid anything for closing the 990 challenge leads. Like we're here to help you guys get started and get some deals under your belt,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And hopefully by the end of this, we're gonna have a really, really awesome giveaway, and we're gonna have some people out to Phoenix,
Ooh.
to hang out with. So we're excited about that.
Another 20 grand? Is that another 20 grand, Matt?
20, 40, 60,
Yeah,
80. Well, hey, we may end
right.
up with like 100 grand that we have to give away. So,
Oh,
um,
awesome.
yeah, craziness.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just want to add up to that one, Matt. The reason why you need to squad up, because every person has like a different point of view on how to do things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you want to do is to get their idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put it on your idea, and then
Mm-hmm.
come up to a better idea.
There
You know
you
what I'm
go.
saying?
Hey,
Right?
that's what we do. We in the United States we call that masterminding.
Mastermind. That's right.
I got my
That's right.
idea. This is my idea. Oh, well, how about we just do this?
Right. See?
That's what it is, baby. And yes, guys, if you're using Batch Driven, they just rolled out the new tracking feature, so you can track the routes that you've been driving on. So you make sure you don't drive the same route again. And it also shows you like, oh, well, you didn't go down this road. You want to go down this road. So yeah, it actually allows you to see how many miles that you virtually drove for dollars, and it shows you the route, so you don't do it again. So yeah, that's really cool. They're always trying to make the app better. They tell me out with this every week. They tell me like, hey, we're rolling out with this new feature. We have this going on, we have that going on. So this is just one of the cool things they have going. Matt, will you explain again what I should look for on Zillow? I can rewatch later. Oh my gosh, no, I'm happy to. So what you want to do is you want to take that address, and you can either copy it and put it in Zillow, or there's a Zillow button on the lead and Batch Driven.
Right.
You can click on it, or you can go to Zillow. And I'm looking to see if there's actually a transaction that happened,
Correct.
because in Zillow it'll say like sale date, 2020, May
Correct.
May 16th, 2020, and it will tell me the sale price. But
Right.
if it doesn't have that and it doesn't have an actual transaction information, then that tells me that it was some sort of deed or title transfer, and that it could still be a really good opportunity. Where do I sign up? All you do is just go to batchdriven.com/990. You'll get the free trial with the 50 free skips, and then just shoot me an email, mattbeard@vahub.com. I'll get you into the 990 challenge folder, which I'm going to start adding some more stuff into now. I have about 5 or 6 videos. I want to record some of our lead conversations and some other cool stuff that we have going on. So I'm going to be constantly adding to it. But for right now, it was the initial 5 videos plus one little bonus video. All of our scripts are all in that folder. So all you do is go to batchdriven.com/990 and we get rocking and rolling. Brian says, hey, bro, this driving for dollars. I drive all day, every day, back and forth to different jobs because I clean carpet, tile. So I'm always Jeannie, Jose, everywhere. What's the program Driving for Dollars all about? So Driving for Dollars, you're looking for ugly properties. If you want to see me do it, it's in the 990 challenge folder. So if you want to join 990 challenge, just like I was saying, just go to that link.
Email.
Yep. Go to that link, send me an email. We'll get you rolling. I've recorded a couple videos. It's easier for me to show you than to tell you about it because there's like different ways to navigate the app to do it. So I would recommend going about that way, and you can just watch the video. It should help.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, Robin, I love having you on. You always come on every Friday. You ask a bunch of awesome questions. Like, I can't wait to get you a deal from your Driving for Dollars stuff. So I'm excited. You guys are always consistent. You're sending your stuff every week. We're here, like, and anyone would tell you, and I'm sure it's the same in everyone's personal lives. You want to help people that want to help themselves, right? So the folks that are taking action on this, that are making things happen, that maybe you still haven't found success quite yet, we're going to do everything we can to get you guys some deals. So we're excited about it. With that being said, guys, I think we'll wrap this one up. We had a lot of questions. Don, I appreciate you spending a couple hours with me on lives today. You are the freaking man. Locked up a virtual Driving for Dollar deal that's going to be a massive deal for the company. You're a badass. I appreciate you being on. Guys, everyone who watched, thank you for asking some really good questions today. If you need anything or if you have any concerns, again, shoot me an email, mattbeard@vahub.com. I'll be happy to help. All right, guys.
Thank you, guys. See
Yes.
you all on Friday.
See you next week.